What in the world did we just see? The New York Rangers have eliminated the Carolina Hurricanes, and it comes to us in the form of game number 6. The final score? 4-2 Rangers in the series, 5-3 Rangers in the game, but man, was this not a game that the Carolina Hurricanes kind of just let slip away in their fingertips. 3-1 Carolina at the start of the third period, and it's Chris Kreider with a natural hat trick to bring the Rangers within one, tie the game, and eventually give NYR the 1-goal lead. Add to this the Barclay Goodrow empty netter to seal the deal and give the 2-goal lead as the final score here, in what was ultimately a dagger of a game for the Carolina Hurricanes. You know what? This game was, man, do I want to say like indicative of what Carolina fans have been saying throughout the second round series? We know that the Canes are a great team. We know they play with pace. We know their forwards can put the puck in the back of the net. They had some great additions. Their defense, man, some great names on that blue line. But in this second round series, what were Carolina fans complaining about? They just could not, for the life of them, get themselves the results they needed. They were in there. They were tight. The first 3 games of the series, super close for Carolina. Same thing happened last year against Florida. They got swept, but they didn't look like a team that was playing to get swept at all. They were right in the fight. Had a few bounces gone the other way in last year's Florida Panthers series, Carolina very easily could have won instead of being swept. In the first 3 games against the Rangers here, 2 overtime losses, another regulation 1-goal loss, super tight series for Carolina. And that was the biggest complaint about this team. When they just need that little extra oomph to get over the hump, they pull back. And you saw Carolina battle back. They won games 4 and 5, and in game 6 here, as we had said, they had a 3-1 lead heading into the third period. But it's ultimately Chris Kreider who decides to be the first man to conquer a hurricane by himself, and he gets it done with a natural hottie. So, if there's anybody else in this Rangers organization that deserves a cookie more than Chris Kreider, hey, please, let me go out there and give it to him personally. I'll admit, I was kind of tuning in and out of the third period of this game. I had the Canucks and Oilers pregame broadcast on. In fact, that's starting right now on my television screen as I'm recording this audio. But, man, Chris Kreider, like, this is one of those guys, you know, he has a reputation. I know a lot of Canadiens fans hate this guy's guts. I, by association, do as well because of what he did to Carey Price, but you can't deny just the progression that we have seen out of Kreider. 50 goals a few seasons ago. Sure, he hasn't sniffed that again in the past few years, but now, I mean, the natural Hattie in the third, still getting the greasy garbage goals when he needs them, getting those tip-ins, getting those really nice net front area moments. He has been stellar. And this game kind of encapsulates all with that. So heading over to the Carolina Hurricanes, I mean, look, you can talk about what happened in this game. At the end of the day, you know, I'll say probably special teams, goaltending. Freddie Anderson, buddy. Like, I'm sorry. This was a guy who consistently found ways to steal playoff victories for Toronto when he was there. Even in games where you could debate the Leafs should not have won. But in this series, you know, you started to see the warts, you started to see cracks, and you have to start thinking, what in the world would have happened had Kochetkov just started the entire series? Let's say game 2, game 3 onwards. If you hadn't had this carousel, this up and down, I get it, you want to believe in the veteran leadership that a guy like Freddie Anderson can bring you. You want to believe in the experience, you want to believe in what he's done in the past, but at some point, you gotta ride the hot hand. At the end of the day, though, bygones be bygones, the Carolina Hurricanes are officially eliminated. You know, it's really difficult to come back from down 3-0 anyway. I mean, it's only been done 4 times ever, so it's not really like anybody was picking Carolina to become the 5th team of all time to do it, but still, seeing this Canes team give themselves a fighting chance, squeak out 2 wins, and eventually come into the third period at home with a 3-1 lead in game number 6. A lot of people in that building were saying, yeah, we're coming back to New York City, baby. We're forcing 7. MSG better open up. Big Apple, we're going to take a big chomp out of you. But no, Chris Kreider. Chris Kreider. Heading into the Eastern Conference Finals? Yeah, I kind of blanked out there, my bad. Heading into the Eastern Conference Finals, though, the New York Rangers are either going to play themselves the Boston Bruins or the Florida Panthers. It's looking like it's going to be the Panthers, but we shall see about that. For one, my NHL bracket is still good on the Eastern side, because I projected the Rangers to end up going this far. Heading into the third round, I had them playing Boston, I had them losing, so we'll see if my predictions actually come to light over here. But yeah, that would require a Boston comeback, so we'll see if they can get what they needed to get done last year, this year, and then eventually they would need to take out the Rangers, but you know, as we talked about a few videos ago, I mean, the Rangers have been so good, so dominant, so strong. Even in the games where they lose, where they're out of it, they still don't look out of it. And in fact, they didn't end up losing until game number 4 of this second round series against Carolina. They're fresh. They're still ready to go. They're still kicking, and they're still doing damage here. All it takes is one of their guys to wake up, and that's it. That's the series. So at the end of the day, New York, they're living to see another day, and I think, what did they say? This is the first President's Trophy winning team to make it to the third round since the Rangers last time? They do this a lot. You could say the Rangers have been one of the better teams the past few years. Is a cup due? Who really knows? And if it is, who do they take out to get themselves onto that trophy? Is it the Boston Bruins and then the Dallas Stars, for example? Is it the Florida Panthers and then the Oilers? Or is there the Canucks in there? You want to get a 1994 rematch? I know a lot of Rangers fans have been clamoring for that because of all the statistics and all the extra facts that allude to 1994, and the Canucks are on some sort of a miracle run too. I mean, you know, they're tied right now with the Oilers. It's a 0-0 game as I'm talking into this microphone, but for now, if you're a New York Rangers fan, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about y'all's very amazing comeback in Game 6 against Carolina, and if you're a Canes fan, how much does this hurt to see the team just lose this game in the way that they did? It's like Sandman, you know, in Spider-Man 3, when he gets into the sandblasting machine, he awakens and he's trying to grab the photograph of his young daughter in the sand, but he can't. He's going out there reaching, he puts his hand on it, and like the sand that he is made out of, that picture just slips right through his fingers. And he tries to grab it, and he tries to grab it, but he keeps on letting go. The Carolina Hurricanes, you could say, they did the same thing here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Canes and Rangers series. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.